Class 12th, Subject Physics, 14th chapter, Dual Nature of Radiation and Matter. From this chapter, let us see the explanation using Einstein's postulate of the quantization of energy for the observations of the experiment related with photoelectric effect. So in this point we have to study the explanation using Einstein's postulate of the quantization of energy for the observations of the experiment on photoelectric effect. So already we have studied the observations of this photoelectric effect. Now these observations will be explained by using Einstein's postulate of the quantization of energy, and therefore one by one all the observations we will explain. So the very first explanation, which gives the relation between the energy of the incident photon and the photoelectric work function, or simply work function of the material of that emitter. So according to Einstein's, when a photon of ultraviolet radiation arrives at the metal surface and collides with an electron, it gives all of its energy, that is h nu, to the electron. So as soon as the ultraviolet radiation incidents on the metallic surface, at that time the energy is given in the form of a photon to the electrons in that metal. Then the energy is gained by the electron and the photon no longer exists. As soon as this energy is gained by that electron, there will be no existence of the photon. If phi 0 is the work function of the material of the emitter plate, then the electrons will be emitted if and only if the energy gained by these electrons is more than or equal to the work function of that material. That is, if the energy of photon is greater than or equal to work function of that material, then and then only there will be emission of the electrons. Then second observation, which gives us the instantaneous emission of the photoelectrons. Instantaneous emission of the photoelectrons, that is, we know that according to observation of this experiment, the photoelectric effect is the instantaneous phenomenon. That is, when the radiant energy is incident, that is, incident radiations are incident on the metallic surface, at the same moment the photons are emitted. And therefore, according to this second observation, now the energy is given by the photon to the electron as soon as the radiation is incident on the surface. The exchange of energy between the photon and the electron is instantaneous process. That is, within very short interval of time, the energy of photon will be exchanged to the electrons. Hence, there is no any time lag between the incidence of the light, that is radiation, and the emission of the electrons. When the incident radiation is stopped, at that time there are no photons to transfer energy to the electrons. So as soon as that incident radiation is stopped, at that time there will be no photons to transfer the energy to the electrons, and hence the photo emission stops immediately. So that from this we can say that the photoelectric effect is the instantaneous phenomenon. Then the third observation, which gives the energy of photon h nu, that will be equal to h c by lambda. where nu is equal to c by lambda, that is speed of light divided by its wavelength. And therefore, according to Einstein, for this third observation, according to Einstein, if the intensity of incident radiation for a given wavelength is increased, there will be an increase in the number of energy quantas, that is photons, incident on the unit area in unit time, and the energy of each quantum, that is photon, being same. That is, that energy will be given as E is equal to h nu, that is hc by lambda. So this will happen if the intensity of incident radiation for a given wavelength is increased. Then therefore, larger intensity radiation will knock out more number of electrons from the surface, and hence the current will be larger. That means if the intensity of incident radiation is large, then the large number of photoelectrons will be knocked out and it will give rise to larger current. On the other hand, the lower intensity will imply less number of incident photons, and hence as photons are less in number, hence less number of emitted photons or electrons will be there, and therefore very low current will be there. So from this it is clear that if intensity of incident radiation is large, then the photocurrent will be large, since large number of electrons are emitted or ejected from the metallic surface. On the other hand, if the intensity of incident radiation is less, then number of photoelectrons ejected will be less and it will give rise to low photocurrent. Then the fourth observation gives us saturation value of current, that is I0, that is maximum value of current reach, that is called as saturation current I0. So according to this observation, once the electron is emitted from the metal surface, then if the collector is at higher potential than the emitter, so once the electron is emitted from the metal surface, and if the collector is at higher potential than the emitter, then the electric field will accelerate the electrons towards the collector plate. The electric field will accelerate the electrons towards the collector plate, and therefore higher is the accelerating potential, more will be number of electrons reaching the collector plate, and hence the photocurrent, if you consider the photocurrent, then photocurrent will increase with the accelerating potential initially, since the intensity of incident radiation determines the number of photons incident on the metal surface, because the number of photons which are incident on the metal surface will depend upon the intensity of incident radiation. If the intensity is large, it will be having large number of photons. If intensity is less, it will contain less number of photons, and then the photons incident on the metal surface on unit area in unit time, it will determine the maximum number of electrons that can be knocked out by the incident radiation. Hence, for a given intensity, increasing the accelerating potential can increase the current only till all the knocked out electrons have reached the collector. So when all the electrons which are knocked out from the metallic surface reaches to the collector plate, at that time the current will reach to its maximum value, that is saturation current. No increase in current can be seen beyond this limit. So as soon as all the photoelectrons emitted from the emitter reaches to the collector, it will give rise to maximum current, and then further there will be no increase in the current. Now this explains the saturation current I0. This concept will explain the saturation current, that is I0. Then let us consider the fifth one, that is increase in incident intensity. Increase in incident intensity. Now increasing the incident intensity will increase the number of incident photons and current will reach to the saturation current I0. Then sixth one, which will give us the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons, which is given as Ke max equal to h nu minus phi 0. H nu will be the energy possessed by the photon and phi 0 will be the work function of that material, which is nothing but Einstein's photoelectric equation. So Einstein's photoelectric equation, that is Ke max equal to h nu minus phi 0, and therefore this sixth observation will be explained as if the frequency of incident radiation is more than the threshold frequency, that is nu is greater than nu 0, then energy phi 0 is used by the electron to escape from that metal surface. Energy phi 0, that is equal to work function of that material, will be used to escape that electron from the metal surface, and the remaining part of the energy of that photon will appear in the form of kinetic energy of that electron. So when h nu amount of energy is supplied to any metallic surface, at that time part of that energy, that is phi 0, that is work function, will be used to escape that electron from the metal surface, and remaining part, that is h nu minus phi 0, will be converted into the kinetic energy of that ejected electron. The maximum kinetic energy will be h nu minus phi 0. Now if you consider this equation, that is maximum kinetic energy Ke max equal to h nu minus phi 0, it is nothing but Einstein's photoelectric equation. It gives the relation between energy of the photon, work function of that material, of that metal plate, and the maximum kinetic energy of the electrons ejected. The maximum kinetic energy, that is Ke max, depends upon the material of the emitter plate and varies linearly with the incident frequency. This maximum kinetic energy, that is Ke max, depends upon the material of the emitter plate and it varies linearly with the incident frequency, that is frequency of the incident photon nu, and is independent of the intensity of incident radiation. Maximum kinetic energy is independent of the intensity of incident radiation. Then seventh point, which gives the reasons for different kinetic energies. Reasons for different kinetic energies of different electrons which are ejected. So it will be explained as the electrons that are emitted from metal surface have different kinetic energies. So different electrons emitted from the metallic plate will be having different kinetic energies, and the reasons behind it are: first one, all the electrons in a solid do not possess same energy. Initial energy possessed by all the electrons in that solid will not be same. Second, the electrons may be emitted from varying depths inside the metal surface. So from different positions, that is from different depths, these electrons will be ejected, and therefore the kinetic energy of the electrons will be different. Similarly, third, the electrons may suffer collisions before they come out of the metal. So due to the collisions between these electrons also, before coming out of the metal surface, there may be loss of their energy. There will be loss of their energy, and these are some of the reasons why the ejected electrons will be having different kinetic energies. Now, if the kinetic energy is not sufficient, the emitted electrons may not reach the collector plate. As soon as the electrons are emitted from the emitter plate, if they are not having sufficient amount of energy, then these emitted electrons will not reach the collector and the photocurrent will be zero. So when the ejected electrons are not reaching the collector plate, at that time the photocurrent will be equal to 0. If maximum kinetic energy, that is Ke max, is the energy of most energetic electron and phi 0 is the stopping potential of that material, then the electron will fail to reach the collector if maximum kinetic energy is less than E into phi 0. If Ke max represents the maximum kinetic energy of the energetic electron and phi 0 is the stopping potential, then the electron will fail to reach the collector if maximum kinetic energy is less than E phi 0, and thus the stopping potential phi 0 depends on the incident frequency and the material of the emitter, and it does not depend on the incident intensity. So the stopping potential of the material will also depend on the incident frequency and material of the emitter, and it does not depend on the incident intensity. Then eighth point gives us maximum kinetic energy equal to EV0, where E is the charge on the electron, phi 0 will represent the stopping potential. So if this kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy, is less than EV0, no electrons will reach to the collector, but if it is equal to or greater than EV0, the electrons will reach to the collector plate, and hence Einstein's photoelectric equation, that is Ke max equal to h nu minus phi 0, will be written as Ke max will be replaced by EV0, and that will be equal to h nu minus phi 0. Now the expression for phi 0 we can write, dividing these two terms by E, we will get phi 0 is equal to h by E nu minus phi 0 upon E. So this equation is the equation of a straight line. This form of equation is the equation of a straight line, and therefore this equation shows that phi 0, that is stopping potential, varies linearly with incident frequency nu, and the slope of this straight line depends on two constants h and E. The slope of this straight line will depend upon these two constants h and E. So the important result will be obtained from this equation, that is, it will show that phi 0 varies linearly with incident frequency, because it is the equation of straight line, and therefore phi 0 varies linearly with incident frequency nu, and slope of this straight line depends on two constants, h, that is Planck's constant, and E, that is charge on electron. And then we will proceed for ninth observation, that is photocurrent depends on the incident intensity. Photocurrent depends on the incident intensity and potential, and not only it will not depend on the incident frequency as long as nu is greater than nu zero, that is frequency of incident radiation is greater than the threshold frequency. And therefore the ninth observation we will explain as all the above arguments up to 8th point thus bring out the fact that the magnitude of photocurrent depends on the incident intensity through the number of emitted photoelectrons and the potential phi of the collector, but does not depend on the incident frequency nu as long as nu is greater than nu zero. The important conclusion is drawn like this: the magnitude of photocurrent depends on the incident intensity, that is intensity of incident radiation through the number of emitted photoelectrons and the potential phi of the collector plate, but it does not depend on the incident frequency nu as long as nu is greater than nu zero. So this will be regarding the explanation of the observations of photoelectric effect by considering Einstein's postulate of the quantization of energy.